What's up guys, and welcome back to another sporting video. Today is an overall recap of the Rugby Championship. My thoughts of what I thought how the teams played out this past November International Series, and it was really a humdinger. We were treated to some exciting rugby. Obviously for some countries you're going to be a little bit disappointed like myself, but others are going to be sitting there beaming with pride because of how well their teams did in the November Internationals. Really, there were standout performances, there were some shockers, there were just some overall good games. Really exciting to watch, and it's definitely making me feel like I'm going to miss the November Internationals big time. I really am. If we look at New Zealand, first and foremost, played for, won for. They really had a good series. Obviously the games were close at times, but then New Zealand were just finishing out like pros. They really looked good. They're a force to be reckoned with. They obviously also had injuries within their team. They're number one for a reason, but they continue to grow. They've also got a young team that are building and building and building. So from New Zealand point of view, I think they'll be happy with 4 out of 4. Obviously a lot of the subscribers would like to have seen a bit more of a domination, I suppose, from their country. But for me, you know, you won all your games overseas. It was definitely a cracker for them. Wales, I suppose, was a real tough one. Came close. Scotland gave them a little bit of a fright with that powerful effort that they gave in. But the thing with New Zealand, they're an 80-minute team. They never give up until the end. Hence why they just keep powering and dominating world rugby at the moment. If we look at England, they are the same. Played 3-1-3. Obviously with New Zealand they had their warm-up against the Barbars, but I thought I'd just include it. England, also another team on another level, doing well under coach Eddie Jones. Definitely dominating. Probably also, I think a lot of the fans would have expected a bit more from England from a domination point of view. Did well against Australia. However, I felt Australia could have done better in that match. But again, overall, good performance by England. They really are a team to watch, and as a South African fan, I am, excuse my friends, shit scared to face them when we play them for 3 tests in South Africa next year. It is going to be a cracker, but Eddie Jones, he knows South Africa very well, having been involved in the coaching staff in the 2007 World Cup. He was supposed to be involved with the Stormers before he left to England, but other than that, great coach, great brains, and it's going to be exciting test for England when they come down to South Africa. If we look at Ireland, another great team on the rise. Technically one of the standouts. Obviously they had a little hiccup against Fiji, but again it was their second or third string team, so really we can't quite judge that. What we have to judge is a beautiful performance against South Africa. They really stood out, played like true champions, pure dominance. Obviously I know everyone said yeah, they weren't as strong as they could have been, but they dominated. They broke a record by beating us like they did, and really are a team to watch in this in the upcoming 2019 World Cup, and definitely a team to watch in the Six Nations. Won't be surprised if they win it. I mean, they really are a great team. Got a good coach that's gelling with the team. I love watching Irish rugby. It's just exciting. They're a passionate, tough bunch of players, and it's exciting to see them on the rise. You know, if we have to go back from a South African fan point of view, we wouldn't have worried about Ireland. Now we're stressing about Ireland because we got Luxembourg Ireland. Ireland won for the first time in South Africa. So many things are happening with Irish rugby that we need to keep an eye out, because they, my friends, are on the rise. Look at Australia, played for 1-2, but the highlight, I think, sad highlight for the Aussie fans, is they lost to Scotland. Australia started off on such a bad state. Australian rugby, I think, is just not in the greatest of state. But I have to give credit to the team and to Checker for building and growing his team. They are a force to be reckoned with. They are developing and growing. Yes, they lost to Scotland, but again, Scotland gave New Zealand a little bit of a fight. Scotland are just on the rise, but I'll get to Scotland later. Australian rugby is a team also to watch. They're a dark horse, guys, and they're better than a dark horse because they can do things. They've got Michael Hooper, Kurtley Beale, such great world players that can really destroy a team on form. They had two hard games against the Springboks. They beat New Zealand. They could have beaten them again if their kicker Bernard Foley was on form. So much to look at in Australian rugby. I do see them on the rise. I'm curious to see how their provincial teams play out in the Super Rugby tournament. But again, it's going to be exciting. So I would definitely say put a watch out warning for Australia. I think they're going to be coming for quite a few of the teams out there. We got Argentina. Ach man, I feel so sorry for these guys. They're a great bunch of players with so much passion. You know, whenever their anthem's playing, there's always one or two guys with tears in their eyes because they're so proud. Such a proud sporting nation. And it's heartbreaking to watch when they just don't get it right on the field. They give South Africa a little run. They gave New Zealand a bit of a fight. But they just didn't have it within them. As I've said before, a lot of the subscribers are saying they need a new coach as well. And I hope for Australian rugby's sake, they get a new coach because they're a dark horse. They're a great team and I want to see them back playing some good rugby. If we look at 2007 Rugby World Cup when South Africa played them in the semi-final, I was scared of that game. But I was a lot younger. My knowledge wasn't as much as it's growing to be now, but we were nervous for them because I forgot his name, but that little scrum off of Argentina, I think he was the captain, was a genius. He was a genius of a player. It's so exciting to watch. So Argentina, I really hope for their rugby's sake that they just get better and better and have a good year next year in the build-up to the Rugby World Cup. Then we look at Scotland. Scotland. Guys, these guys are on fire at the moment. They're really looking good. They are just getting better by each year. They're causing the odd upset or two. They're just looking there on the field. They're looking passionate, getting things right, getting things done. Again, coach and player camaraderie is outstanding, and that's what wins games too. So it's great to see him. So happy for Scotland. They obviously gave New Zealand a little bit of a run for their money. They gave Australia a good run for their money, getting over 50 points and beating Australia convincingly. Scotland really played like true champions, and it honestly was exciting to see. For Scotland's sake, personally, I hope it just continues. I hope they continue to grow and get better and better, and that in the next World Cup, guys, I think we're going to be a bit scared of Scotland because they could destroy some big teams' hopes of getting into the World Cup in 2019. Next year, we've got to watch Scotland because I think they're going to give everyone a run for their money. I can't wait to see their campaign in the Six Nations. Then I'm going to get to Wales. Wales, a lot of injuries in their team. They also played for 1-2. You know what? It's sad for Wales. I want to see Wales getting better and better. Again, another great nation, passionate rugby nation. There seems to be a lot of flack judging from you guys as my subscribers with Coach Gatland. I don't know if things aren't gelling there or what's going on, but Wales, I think they've got the potential to grow, guys. I think they've got it in them to just get better and better and become a dark horse within rugby union. Not a dark horse, even get to the semi-finals, but we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? With their players coming back, Six Nations, guys, that is going to be the tournament to watch next year, to see how the Northern Hemisphere teams develop and grow together, and just see how they gel and who is the best. I can't wait to do predictions for that. Never done that before, so I'm looking forward to that. But Wales, with all their players, hopefully they can build up and get their energy back and all that stuff. And building up to the Six Nations, they have their team back, and the coach and the players get along and can produce great rugby. So fingers crossed Wales come right. Then we get to, and I'm not going to harp on about this, South Africa. They played for 1-2. Alistair Coetzee said it was a satisfactory tour, I disagree. I think it was an improvement, but it wasn't great. It wasn't hot rugby. We lost to Ireland convincingly and all that stuff, but you've heard that in the previous video, so I'm not going to gel on of that. But overall, guys, we have seen great rugby. Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere, pure excitement to watch. I absolutely love it. But for me, the standouts have to be the Northern Hemisphere. They stood out for me. They were winning, they were dominating. Obviously New Zealand are right up there, so all New Zealand subscribers, I'm not going at them, they are the best there, so they stayed. But I'm comparing to Argentina, all the Pacific Island teams, and South Africa and Australia. Ireland are dominating, Scotland are getting better, England are dominating, Wales are there. So for me at this stage, if I have to make a pick, Northern Hemisphere are looking good and are looking the stronger team. I'm going to leave a poll up top saying who do you think's better, Northern Hemisphere or Southern Hemisphere. Interested to see those stats, as well as the Sevens rugby is coming. I want to know if you guys want me to do a recap for that. Let me know in the comments down below, as well as the poll right above there. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. I'm loving this journey with you guys, and I can't wait to do predictions of the Six Nations coming up soon. Again, ideas, keep them coming, and I'll try and work on something. The end of year is coming. I'm going away in a week, so I'll try and get out a few more uploads for you guys. But until then, stay safe, like and subscribe, and never give up. Cheers.